All right. I'm Rhonda Bruce, and I am the STEM-focused educator at Gallatin High School. And I also do technology for the district level and also present outside the district. And this is Kathy Pryor. I'm with Sutter County Schools, and I work exclusively with 15 Title I schools as their tech coordinator. So my interest is mainly at the elementary level, Rhonda's is more at the high school level. So, all right, our session is on things that you can use for you, the teacher, or for you, the administrator. And these are apps. So if you want to go to livebinders.com, and then you search for Kathy.Pryor, all lowercase, under author. Be sure you search by author, and that's in the upper right-hand corner. And you should be able to find this particular Livebinder. It's called Apps for Admins, and it's actually admins and teachers. Yeah, and just to talk about Livebinders real quickly, in case there are any admins in here, our school and actually our district have all of our handbook now, our handbooks for administrators, for all of our principals is now done on Livebinders. It's password protected. And also our handbook within my building, we used to have to go through a table of paperwork about this long up here and pick up a document, you know, a stack, and put it in a binder, and it sat on my shelf in my office, and 9 times out of 10 I'd be home and needed something out of that binder that was at school. And so now our Livebinder is uploaded. We put all those documents in a binder. We password protected it. The teachers all have a link to it, and they can get to that information anytime. So that's one of the ways that we use Livebinders administratively within our building. And Kathy and I use it for presentation because when we leave, if we did a PowerPoint today, when we left, it's old because tomorrow we may change it. And we change this binder, these binders that we use often, we change often. So actually we changed this one and the one we presented last night. So we are all the time updating. So it's an ongoing thing. If you want to keep up with some of our binders that we use, we try to update those regularly. I use Livebinders to give information to class and teachers because emails sometimes will hold big pieces, big files, etc. So I can post a file inside Livebinder. They can go to Livebinders, find it, and download it to their computer. You can also put a video there, so you can actually put a link to a video that you want someone to see, and maybe some information about that video, so you can split the screen and do media in one place and actually have a column where you have information in another. This binder, we've kind of divided it into areas of what you might do: administrate, communicate, present, produce, those kind of things.
Which of these binders are we putting in?
This one is called
Apps for
Administrators.
Do you see that?
No.
Under Kathy.Pryor.
I searched Kathy Pryor. I have apps for education.
Kathy.Pryor.
Kathy.Pryor, and make sure it's author, because if you do it by name, it won't locate it. Okay, in the first section here under Administrate, I've got several things across here that are things that we might use. The Common Core Standards app, which I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with, is the first link there. This links you to the place to download this app. Do y'all have this, people that have?
This is a free app.
You know, I use this often to look up things that I need. Common Core Look-Fors, this is an app that I would think administrators more than likely would use, but I think you as teachers, as you go into other classrooms to watch another teacher do a Common Core lesson, you might could use this to help that teacher that you're looking at, and also help yourself, because it looks for particular things. Like in the math section, it looks for the 8 practices, and it gives you the 8 practices in a list, and then it divides them down. Is that a student practice or a teacher practice? And did I see it occur? And if you saw it occur, you just click on it and it does a 1. If you saw it occur again, it does a 2. So you can kind of self-evaluate or have someone come in and use this app. I think it was $2.99. Here's an example of
What the screenshot looks like on the iPad.
so as you click on it, the plus sign, it adds up the many times that you saw that happen. If you need to take a picture of what's going on, you can actually do that as well. And you can send this feedback back to your email from this app. So more for administration, but I could also see how you could peer evaluate and team up with another teacher to do that and say, could you come in and just watch me teach and mark this and see if I'm doing what I think I'm doing, and be able to see that. It also gives you a graph of your information. So it's a really good app, and I think it was $2.99.
I believe it is.
Remind 101, we use this at the high school level a lot of times for communication between sports teams, clubs, that kind of information. Does anybody here use Remind 101? And you're at what level?
I'm a technology specialist for elementary.
Okay.
I'm middle eighth grade math.
You use it with your students,
All the time.
reminding them all kinds of things.
Yes. And
Bring your money for today, you know. You can actually on the, I don't know if you can do it on the app, but I know you can do it on the online piece because it's online and an app as well. You can set up and schedule to remind them, because I had to have my swim team remember to wear their t-shirts or bring them for pictures one day. And I thought, I'm not going to remember that morning. So I went ahead while I was thinking, and I scheduled it to remind them at 7:30, wear your t-shirt. And they all came with their t-shirts. So it was, yes, you can do it on the app. Okay,
And they
schedule.
just did an update. I haven't looked at it yet, but I just got the email, I think yesterday, the day before. Now you can send attachments. You can attach.
Someone sent a picture the other day, and I wondered how they did that. So they can do attachments now. That is
That's only been in the
awesome.
last 2 or 3 days.
That is
Homework, pictures
great.
of the homework, or if you
Oh,
just
that just
attach
opens
it,
up many
add it.
doors of how to use that app. That is awesome. We use it for crisis management. So if we have a lockdown in the building, we get notified immediately through our my Remind 101 app. You know, not every teacher keeps their phone right by them, but hopefully someone next door does. You know, but we get a lot of things through our administration through Remind 101.
So for that attachment, look at attachment now, like if a student, I teach fifth grade and I always get emails, we can't find that worksheet.
You could
What can
attach
we do?
the worksheet.
Could I attach it and then maybe they
Yes.
be able to print it?
Theoretically.
Oh, yeah.
yes. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
Just
theoretically,
take a
yes.
picture of it if you don't have to. Like if it's something from a book that you can't attach, just take a picture of it and then attach that picture so that at least they can see it, work it out on paper or
Or
something.
something.
Mhm.
And just those of you that don't know Remind 101, it does not list your email or your phone number. to it.
Yes.
So you are
It's-
really
it's-
safe.
There's no replying back. It's only a communication one way. It's great for field trips. If you have kids divide up and each group has a phone and you know where to come back and meet, you can send a reminder that, hey, it's time to come back and meet.
But it does identify who it's from?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
but it does not identify you with any kind of identifier.
And your people who you're communicating with have to sign up to actually have it. So they sign up with a number, and then it asks them who they are. So Miss So-and-so knows who you are, and they have to send a message back, and it puts it in there. And then you have a list of them. And I think now you can pick who you send it to in your list.
You can delete them too, like if you want to use the same specific code every year, you can just.
Delete all your students out of it.
So if you are a principal, this is a really great app, because it's free, to have your teachers. Because you could remind them yesterday, 2 days ago, that you're gonna have a faculty meeting this afternoon. Yeah.
That's one of the things we use it for. We use it for snow days. If our principal knows before the call goes out or before the newscast gets it, we get a Remind 101 that we're closed. Or if we need to report, but the students don't report, those kind of things, we get that information. RTI, this is an app I just ran across. I can't remember how I found it. But as we move into having to do the intervention in our schools, this app allows you to track students under an RTI program. And you can go in there and add what kind of category that student falls in. Is it ELA? Is it math? And then more specifically, what are we looking for that particular student? And you can go in here and manage these. You can put alerts so it reminds you to come back and check on that student to see where they are. Just a good management app for RTI.
It's not a screen or anything.
And I
like that.
believe-
It's just kind of an overview of RTI.
Did it
So
cost-
that you can see it from above.
Roll up there. See, it's $1.99.
$1.99.
So worth probably a download to take a look at.
You can enter in your students.
Yes.
Choose which things they need to be.
Yes.
And
I'm
then
gonna
it
sign
helps you manage it. It's more like a management tool. It is not something that you're gonna use with the kids.
Yeah.
Right, right.
It's recording information.
Okay, let's not do sound notes. Let's go to communicate. Some of these I'm going to skip because there's so many out there that are like it. These are more recording pieces. The first two, Clear Record and iTalk Recorder for recording things. Most of us have some kind of app that we probably use that we record with on our phones. But these are the
one we
two.
want to really talk about is Say Hi. And the reason is we can truly attest to the fact that it works with kids.
And I've used it recently, actually, in registration
Rhonda and I
processes.
were in San Diego several years ago at the ISTE conference, and we were riding the public transportation there, and across from us was a young man that we knew was not from here. And we knew he wasn't communicating very well with anybody.
He kind of looked agile, like
He looked pitiful.
and we were
And
like,
he looked young. He was young.
and being from the South, we wanted to help him, you know.
And
and-
he did not have anyone with him.
And so as we tried to talk to him, we realized there was definitely a communication barrier. He didn't know, he could tell us basically he didn't speak English. And I think he finally told us what he did speak. And I remembered I had this app on my phone that my daughter had used in Spanish class. And I thought, hey, this is a great time to try this out. So I pulled it out and I spoke into it what I wanted to ask him. And then I hit the language and I turned it around and he could read what I was talking to him about. So how would we use that in the classroom if you have an ELL student and you have an aide working with that student and you're able to have that app where they can communicate basic procedures and things that that student needs to do? It opens up many doors for that child. I've had that happen in algebra class. In fact, one of our aides, our inclusion aide, actually downloaded this on her own and used it with a student in the class so she could communicate with him daily about things. And because he could do the math, he just didn't know all the other stuff, you know? And so she was able to communicate that with him.
Well, also, how many times have you had to have a parent meeting with somebody that can't speak English? And you got that phone app right there with you. You type in what you need to say and turn it around and here's what you got to say.
Will it speak it to them, or they only can read it?
Yeah, it'll speak it
But they
too.
read it in their own
I
language.
think it will speak it as well.
Oh, I didn't.
It's
know that.
$1.99.
That part I don't know.
Twitter, how many of y'all tweet? If you're not tweeting, it's a great professional learning community to be involved with.
Rhonda is, and I always forget your
I have a stupid one. Because when I set it up, I was trying to be cool because the high school kids, and you know, so it's Rojo G-Town. Because I live in Gallatin, we call it G-Town. And my name is Rhonda Joe, so Rojo G-Town. And
I'm Kathy.
now I wish it was not Rojo G-Town because, you know, I have like, you know, graphite following me and you know, I have people follow me that are like businesses and, you know, the educational community, so it's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, just a great thing. I just wanted to make sure that
I will tell
you are using that for
follow me.
communication.
I don't do much tweeting about my bathroom habits or anything like that. What I do is I am all about the PLC part.
I retweet. If I see something that's worthy, I will retweet it.
I don't do a lot of tweeting, but I retweet a lot. So
Yeah. Okay, present. Let's see what we got in here. Explain everything we talked about in our last session if you were in that. It's just a great way to explain a concept and a great thing for teachers as well as students to use to be able to explain. So if they're explaining a math problem to another student, so you could use that. You can actually save these videos and upload them. There's a guy that uses Erasmus, and he uses Explain Everything with Erasmus. And if there's an Erasmus session today, I think I'm going to go to it because I've played around with it quite a bit, but I'm not a pro at it yet. But he actually takes his homework, and he creates a trigger on his homework. So when the kids are at home and they scan over it with their Erasmus app, it takes them to a video that was created in Explain Everything, and that gives them kind of like a remedial, here's how you do this problem.
tutorial on what they need to know.
So a lot of work on the teacher's part to do that, but I think very worthy of some time, and especially on hard concepts that the students have difficulty with.
And also, just note, Explain Everything has a user manual in the iBook store, so it's free. Just so you know that.
Okay, Haiku Deck is a presentation tool. Instead of using PowerPoint all the time, it's just another choice. What I like about it is when I make a slide and I want to find a picture, I don't know if y'all do this, but I get caught up in trying to find the image that I need. It will actually work off your keywords and go to the gallery and find something that relates to the keywords that are on your slide. So it that's the part I like about it. And it looks very professional
Yes.
looking, and it's an app as well as a Web 2.0 tool, so you can get to it online as well. But a great piece.
If you talk to kids, they don't like PowerPoint anymore. The one thing they'll tell you is, I don't like that, and I'm not going to use that. So give them an alternative, and this is a great alternative to PowerPoint because it is a free app and a website.
And we put Poplet on here. Poplet is as well for the classroom, but I think administratively it's good to use when you're having meetings and you can put your agendas in a Poplet webbed out format, and then teachers can get that Poplet and then add things to that when they're taking notes in a meeting. But I know a lot of businesses are using this type of media to get their agendas out. They're using a graphic organizer to do that with.
Another thing is we're trying to get our kids to note take, and that's something that you can actually have them note take using Poplet because it's a very quick, they put their notes in and then move on to the next topic. So,
Okay?
let's click on produce. Or produce.
Produce.
Excuse me. Sorry, not produce.
You're hungry. Hey, there's fruit out
I
there.
know.
Go get some
Yeah,
produce.
I am hungry. I've been on liquids for a week. So, and I'll tell you about that in a very end. Okay.
Cam scanner.
Okay, this one I thought about when y'all were talking about the document.
Yes,
This
I did
is
too.
absolutely a phenomenal app free.
It's free. I use it often. I have a daughter at UT Knoxville, and 9 times out of 10, she needs a document at home that I can't get to her because I'm at home where I can't really scan it and make a picture or do whatever. So I can use Cam Scanner on my phone and make a picture of the insurance card she needs. It creates it in a PDF format, cleans it up, makes it look like a document. I actually was in a meeting with a vendor yesterday, and I said, I need to make a copy of what you just wrote down, and I Cam scanned it, so now it's a PDF document. It's not just a picture. You can email directly out of Cam Scanner and email those documents to someone, but I use it often. So it's not it's an app that I would not have on my iPad or my iPhone.
You're out of time.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's not good. Sign Now. We got to tell you about Sign Now because
Yeah, Sign
every teacher needs to know about this because you will inevitably have a kid that is trying to get on the bus with the field trip and he doesn't have a signed form. Okay, Sign Now is an app.
Free.
Notice it's free, and it will allow you to send something or receive something that is a document, and the person on the end can sign it and send it back to you.
My daughter is at the jumpy thing in Nashville, and I was at the hairdresser at her house with full in my hair, and she says, Mom, I need you to sign this form. And I said, I can't sign this form. I have full in my hair. I'm at the beautician, get my hair done. And she said, well, they're going to send it to you. You need to download the Sign Now app, and they're going to email you the form. So they emailed me the form. I opened the document in Sign Now. I signed it, filled out the information, emailed it out of Sign Now back to the company, and they had that document signed. They also do notary. They also do notary stuff, but you have to pay for it. It's a paid, but I don't think it's really a lot. And it's hard to find notary sometimes when you need to get something done.
It's hard to find a notary, and if
But you
got a
can
kid
do
that's
it.
gotta leave the next morning on a mission trip, you need the notary.
Yeah.
So
So
you can pay for that.
this does that, and it's a great document to have to fill out. Sometimes we get those PDFs sent out, and we have to fill it out, and it's in PDF format. You can use Sign Now to fill out that application and then save it and send it. So not just for signing a document, for filling out an actual document as well. All right, what's at the top?
They said it's time.
Oh, it's time.
Did you say it's time? Keep going? I'm okay. All right. Go back to the top.
We'll try to hit a really
Can't
big one.
remember what's at the top.
Oh, Common Core Explorer. There's an app. There's a website called Common Core Explorer. It's done by Graphite, and they actually connect Common Core standards to resources that are either apps or online tools. So you can search for a particular standard and open it up, and it gives you products that are technology products to support Common Core. Common Core Explorer. He's talking.
And it is, I think you can search for Common Core Explorer
Yes.
and find it.
Under
It's at
Share. Go to Share.
Yeah, share with teachers.
The last tab. Share. Teachers.
And
Common Core Explorer.
Yeah,
There.
okay. And the website is graphic.org. Now, this week I've been home because I took a fall and split my lip and broke my nose, and Rhonda was at a Common Core meeting, and she's texting me this information. You gotta look at this. So I looked at this from the bed and decided this was absolutely a phenomenal
It's a
site.
great piece, and it gives teacher ratings and learning ratings. So I think you, as a teacher, as you go in and use things, you can actually rate them yourself. And if you have things to add, which I'm hoping Kathy and I will actually send some stuff in
But
and
it's a
add to this.
searchable engine, so you can go in and look for this particular standard, Common Core standard that you're going to teach tomorrow, and look for a resource, a website, or an app that you can download.
I know y'all have heard about Common Sense Media, but that's who this is through.
Yes,
So
and
they're the ones
really
developing that.
Wonderful group of people. They do great work.
And our time is up. But you have access to the binder, and you look at more stuff in there. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.